Hello all, this is Dswank. I am back in Stellaris, and I'm taking a look at the new update, Stellaris 2.0 Shariah and Apocalypse. When you first load up the game, you get this little thing pop up that's like, click here if you don't know what's going on, here's a brief overview, yada yada yada, don't show again, close. Now, I've already loaded this up, and I've attempted one of these recordings before, and it kind of sucked. So, I'm going to first look at this, because I rebuilt the Empire of the Eternal Wheel, and there's a few nice new things in this. Traits, not so much. We did get the Survivor trait, but that comes from a Civic. And as you notice, there's none of the 3 weapons, 3 hyperspace things with the ship appearance here. It's just ship appearance. So, government and ethics. We have the normal Empire of the Eternal Wheel selections here. But over here we have post-apocalyptic is one of ours. Gives us the Survivor trait, which gives us Tomb World habitability of 70%, leader's lifespan of plus 10 years. A handful of additional civics. I may not some of these may look new because I didn't realize things like that, blah blah. That was a weird noise. But anyway, we have, let's see, where is it? Life Seated. That was another one that I knew was new. Gaia Homeworld. And, yeah, so, that's pretty much all the new stuff in, race creation, character creation, whatever you want to call it. So, let's save. Yes. Done. Okay, now we're going to look right here. This is our new spawn controls for creating the galaxy. You have... most of this is all things we've had before. AI Empires, Advanced AI Start, Fallen Empires, Marauder Empires, that is new. And I don't know what those are. Maximum Marauder Empires that are allowed to spawn in the galaxy. Marauder Empires are spaceborne civilizations that spend most of their time fighting amongst themselves and raiding their neighbors. Okay. Tech and Traditions cost, that's new. We've got a multiplier for costs on it. That would obviously slow the game down quite a bit, and I kind of like that. Habitable Worlds multiplier, we've had that for a while. Primitive Civilizations multiplier for a while. Crisis Strength, we've had that for a while. Now, this is interesting. This is when we can set what years are mid-game and what years are late-game. And it goes up for end-game to 3,000. So you can really stretch the time out. And mid-game, almost there. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. And with slowing down the game in general, I kind of like that. Makes you... your resources don't matter as much doing that route. And also your tech is kind of interesting. It has some interesting ramifications. I'm not sure if it's interesting enough to make gameplay out of it. Now we have wormholes. Chance of finding wormholes. Chance of abandoned gateways. Hyperspace gate lanes, whatever you want to call it. And lane densities. So, instead of spawning this in, I'm going to go and load up my most recent game here. And this is our the new map and how galaxies or planets are held on. I did some cheaties. As you can see, I have a huge cost right now. I'm keeping everything paused. I have gained a couple of researches that increase my fleet command size. So it's about 30 over your standard max right now. But your standard max is 160. This is the meanest station I was able to get with some of the cheaties stuff going. As you can see, you've got your modules here that you can build. Shipyards, trading hub, hangar bays. And then you've got buildings down here. Which, yeah. I am not happy about this change. This is I like the idea of the change. I dislike the implementation. Because this sucks. This being the starbase station, whatever you want to call it, this whole thing sucks. One, you've got your defenses that you can build. I have not found out if there's a research that increases the number of defense platforms that you can have, but these ion cannons cost 8 platform points. And that's not much, honestly. Now, my biggest problem is a end game with no significant researching here of multiple variants for our fleet. And I think I actually did research 10% damage increase on these, on the station. Yeah. I don't think it would last long against a battleship fleet. It just... The points disparity, I don't think it'd fly. Okay. Sorry, some godforsaken piece of software demanded my attention and shut everything down. But yes, I'm not happy about the changes with the defense structures. I think I'd be less irked by it if there's a way to increase our defense platform points through research. But I don't like it as it is, because you could have a much more effective defensive point previously. Gateways, they're mega structures, and I did not want to tell y'all to move. Here's what they look like when you tell somebody to go through it, and mine is acting kind of funky at the moment, but you'd order something through the gateway. Can I give it the orders now? Yeah. Then you'd pick your destination. So, I haven't, I don't know, I think because I cheated to put it all together that it's not working correctly. Over here, this is nice. You've got your shipyards that you can click on to know where to build things. That's nice and handy. Over here, we've got our construction ship. Gateway construction, that's really the only new thing there. Up here in the Unity, there's some different items. You have your... where is it? Claim influence cost decreased by 20%. I haven't really messed with that yet. But fleet command limit increased by 20. So there you go. We have Eternal Vigilance. that gave me 5 additional platforms here. So, normally, I had 28. So without that, I have 23. But I had to build... Where is it? Yes, Defense Supercomputer. That gives you 8 additional points. Now, these, the ion cannons, that's 8 points. That's 8 defensive points right there. So, I'm not sure it's worth it. Let's go back. But yeah, there's a few changes with that. Up in here, like starbase capacity, things like that. Your how you claim territory. Basically, you build outposts that you can upgrade into the starbases, things like that. Fairly simple, fairly what we've dealt with before. Down on the planets, it's so weird not having a starport above your planet. But your planets can build these for you. I have fortresses here. 2 fortresses, yay, greatness. Let's see. Spaceport, yeah, can't really build much. Now here, was this the one that I did stuff? Yeah. You've got your Titan Assembly Yard, which is where you build your Titan. And then you have your Colossi. And your Colossi have to have a Colossi Assembly Yard, which is outrageously expensive. The Colossi are not cheap. As I go to the shipyard, they're fairly expensive. We can go to Ship Designer real quick. Colossi. Colossus. There's no additional defense for it. So you've got this, and I cracked just a normal barren planet, and I got no minerals from that. It also will not crack a gas giant, because if you click on it and then say, I want to blow this up, crack world. Yeah, there's issues there. So I was kind of disappointed with that. We're going to go back and look at this. The Titan, I love the idea. And some of the other designs might look better, but this is just Dorcas. This is grade school cool dork level. I do not like the design of this. This is horrid. I haven't looked at any of the other designs for the Titan yet, so there might be a good Titan design somewhere, but... that's nasty. It's real nasty. Let's see. Then, what else do we have? We have claims. Now, I could, this is ours. And you add points to your claim. So, it's like, this one's mine. I claim it for me. The glories of me. Okay. And there's a naturally forming wormhole. I haven't flown in a natural forming wormhole, but yeah. And then over here, Here's a found gateway. What it looks like when you haven't built your own. So, yeah, that's kind of a brief summary of the new changes. We've got pirates. Apparently, from everything I have read, if you destroy the pirate corvettes, which I already have here, destroyed them, and don't destroy their station, they come back. They respawn much faster than they used to. So they're much more like barbarians in the civilization series. And yeah. Overall, I mean, I went ahead and bought it because I was going to buy it anyway. I don't think the value of the DLC is really worth it. This, after the cost, seeing what the cost was to build this, to maintain it, and also to build it, you have perks, and I haven't shown all the perks. I mean, the engineering, that one, it prevents other people from reverse engineering your stuff, which is kind of cool. But nothing here is really super awesomeness. But you have the Colossus Project. And once you select the Colossus Project, you get a research in here that you research. And it's like 25,000 energy or something. And halfway through, you get to choose of the doom beams that your current culture are able to produce. You get to choose among them. And then you get to research the next set. I started out with the neutron sweep and just the planet cracker. And I'm going ahead and researching global pacifier because why not? Okay. So, again, a different software now. At least I think it was a different software. Crashed everything to desktop again. Well, didn't crash it, but it's like, oh no, you have to pay attention to me. You can't have another software program up. But anyway, it shouldn't do that. That really drives me crazy. And I lost track of what I was saying. But yeah, I don't think the Colossi are really worth it. They are cool. Let me just go to Ship Designer. That animation is pretty sweet. That was cool. I liked that. Okay. So yeah, that was kind of sweet, but all in all, it's not really worth what they give you. I don't think that the Colossi, a couple of new Ascension perks, and the Titan are really worth the price for the DLC. I would go ahead, and I already went ahead and bought it, and I'm gonna live with that. But if it was me, I'd wait for a sale, because it doesn't really add much. Well, it adds the mid-game crisis. And maybe it did the stuff in the place, the creation screen, the galaxy generation screen. But again, I'm not really feeling that. Before I can say whether I'm completely happy with the, well, I'm already not happy, but before I can say I can work with the changes to the defensive network that you can build, I'd have to play more, and yeah, that's going to take a while. But yeah, this is a complete rework. I know there's a lot of people that dislike the hyperlanes. I can understand both sides of the argument. I played with hyperlanes a lot, but you get warp because my ships, these guys have the jump drive, the side jump drive, so that's still there, and you build a super fancy variant of the wormhole drive right there. So they're still here. They're just super high-end techs. So, but the cool thing about this is I could build this here and then build another one way up here. And my ships will, if I send them to the gate, they'll jump through it. Which is, I love that. It's fast response sort of thing. If you have them, you can expand, make your empire bigger, and have a smaller fleet that you have to push out because you can bounce them to the front all over the place. So, yeah, I'm kind of running out of interesting things and stuff. Let's see. Oh, yes. Nebula Refinery. That's probably the coolest thing with the space terrain that they've added, is that you can refine the nebula in your starbase. But, again, I don't feel that this is the update. Well, part of the problem is I haven't messed with the update separate from the DLC, but I can already see some problems once they're combined. Well, not once they're combined, but in this state right now, because it's... I had hoped... There were things that I had hoped. Another four preferably, traditions would have been great. So to give us 4 more Ascension perk slots, and maybe 4 more Ascension perks in addition to what they already added, would have been great. But still, even with that and the other elements they've added, I don't know if I would have paid or felt justified in paying more than about $10, $15. $20 is pushing it. I do have a little bit of buyer's remorse on that. So, with that, I'm going to end this. Hope you've enjoyed it. I was trying to keep it as brief as possible, but also let out my feelings towards issues with the DLC and the game so far. So, if you've gained anything from this and either helped you decide to buy it now or wait until it's on sale, which I personally suggest, I hope that helped you. So yeah, you're welcome. And I will see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.